Have you ever been coming down 18, the tournament is in your grasp, and there's a big tree in your way? Knowing how to hit a high shot allowed me to win a tournament in a situation like that a few years ago. So today, I'm going to teach you how to hit a high shot and a low shot to get your ball back into play. A few years back, I was in a tournament and I hit my drive through the fairway. I knew I was close to winning, and I was right behind a beautiful big pine tree. I only had about 100 meters out, pitching wedge shot normally. But knowing how to hit a high shot, I was able to get a 9-iron, open the face a little bit, commit to the way that I know how to hit one, finish high, and I was able to pop on the green, 2-putt par, and walked home with the trophy. By the same token, hitting low punch shots out of trees gets me back into play a lot. I used to be a member at a course in the Highlands where it's very tree lined, and so hitting out of trees and making the most of low shots was crucial if you wanted to play well there. So I've got a couple of tips today, really basic ones, to help you hit a high shot and a low shot. Let's talk about the high one first. First thing you need to do to hit a high shot is place the ball further forward in your stance. So if this is a normal stance for me with a high shot, I'll be placing the ball right off my left foot. This is really important because as we have the ball back in our stance, the shaft lead will become more vertical as we move the ball up in our stance. Now that leads to my second point, which is really important with the high shot, is to still hit down on the ball. Because we're putting this further up in our stance, it actually exposes a little bit of the bounce, and your tendency to chunk it or thin it, if you're trying to help it into the air, that's a no bueno, it's not going to work. So what you need to do is trust that because it's further forward in your stance, the club shaft is already more vertical, and you just need to hit down on, really feel like you're still hitting down on it like an iron shot. And this will automatically get the ball up into the air. The last thing you need to do is to focus on your finish. So ball forward, hit down on it like a normal shot, but then you need to finish high hands. Okay, you could even just keep the ball neutral in the middle of your stance and finish with high hands, but when you finish up here, not down here, so you're coming through the ball and finishing up high. High finish, high ball shot. Nice and easy, simple feel to follow. Last thing, you want to favor a fade. Now, if you really want to go high, if you really need to get over something quickly, you will open the face just a touch. And this will help you hit a cut shot. And usually a high fade is one of the easiest shots to hit. This is because a fade puts more spin on the ball, and more backspin helps it get up and rise a lot quicker into the air. Because it's further forward in our stance, we're usually coming a little bit more over it and getting more spin and finishing high. So let's hit one. Let's recap really quickly and hit one. So I'm just going to hit a straight one here, try to anyway. So ball forward, I'm going to hit down on the ball and finish with high hands. And that's a really high 6-iron. Perfect. Let's go to the low. So why would we keep it low? Under the wind, under trees and branches, or if you want to hit one that hits and runs to a back pin, or hits on the fairway and runs up if the greens are super firm, this shot's a lifesaver. It's pretty much the opposite of the high shot. So in our setup, we want to put the ball middle to back. So the reason I say middle and not off the back foot is if you put it too far back, you can get a little bit too steep on it, and that's where you start chunking it. So for me, for a low shot, I do like to keep it around about the middle of my stance because we want to get our chest covering the ball. When you move it back, don't move your hands back with it. Keep your hands forward as if you're setting up for a normal shot. because that will increase the shaft lean. And shaft lean de-lofts the club, which is what gets the ball starting nice and low. So opposite from the high shot with high hands, this one, we're keeping the hands low. It's almost like a bit of a sawn off finish, trying to keep them about hip high as you come through the shot. Nice big backswing, normal backswing, and then low hands. Should take care of most of it. And lastly, you want to favor a draw. So once again, the opposite of the high shot. Because we've got it back in our stance a little bit more, you're probably going to be coming from the inside a little more, and a draw shot puts a little less spin on the ball. So it's going to stay a bit lower and run. So let's go ahead and hit one. I'm going to set up, ball back in my stance a bit, hands are still forward, normal backswing, and I'm just going to finish with low hands. That's a nice controlled ball flight. When you get really good at this, you can really lag it a little bit more, maybe pick the club up and come in a little steeper on it and really get those low stingers. So whether it's going over or under, I hope that helps. Try that next time you're out on the course or at the range. Remember, whether you put the ball forward in your stance or back in your stance, make sure you're hitting down on it with an iron. And it's all about the finish. So if you take nothing else from this video, if you want to hit it high, finish high. If you want to hit it low, finish low. And that will alone will take care of most of your shot shaping. If you find this useful, give the video a like. Comment below, do you prefer a high shot or a low shot? What's your go-to when you're in trouble? If you like the content, I've got heaps more videos coming out very, very soon on shot shaping, chipping, and course strategy. This has been Ben. This is Blue Dot Golf. Play well.